The Chatting News channel, so we're gonna be talking about what's going on in the news and what's going on in and around the world in the news. So the other day I put a video out where Sir Keir Starmer was, basically was saying that, he was asking Nigel Farage and his Reform Party that do they even like Britain? Do they even care because of all the this what they've been talking about and the policies that they want to bring in if they come into power? Now, yesterday, Nigel Farage he clapped back at Sir Keir Starmer, and I'm gonna put the video here so you guys can see and listen to some of it for yourself. And I'll come back after that. You get what I mean? So listen to what Nigel Farage have to say, and then we'll be back.
Good afternoon. Well, the Labour Party conference is over. The second party conference of our governing Labour Party, a party that won the general election with a massive majority, but finds itself just 14 months in very deep and in many ways deserved trouble. It's been an extraordinary conference. I've been watching party conferences for half a century. Never before have I seen one name so dominate a conference, and the remarkable thing is it's somebody that isn't even a member of the Labour Party. Yes, it's me, Nigel Farage, and I thought the Mac cartoon on the front of today's Telegraph summed the whole thing up rather beautifully. The sketch was two delegates leaving the Labour Party conference, one saying to the other, next year we're going to the Reform Conference because they don't talk about Nigel Farage all the time. It has been obsessive, whether it's the Home Secretary, whether it's the Health Secretary. It is a constant attack on me and what I stand for and what we as Reform UK, a party that has led the opinion polls now for over 100 polls. It's an attack on everything that we stand for and believe in. What I've learnt this week is that the government are incapable of beating us on our arguments. And as a result, the Prime Minister has decided to descend into the gutter and all of his cabinet with him. Let us be clear. Reform want illegal migrants deported from our country. And as I speak, a further 400 have crossed the English Channel today. Reform want the benefit system to be for UK citizens, for British citizens only, not for foreign-born nationals. Reform want foreign criminals removed from our country ASAP. Labour says these policies are racist and immoral, and by implication, Reform supporters, Reform voters, Reform sympathisers are racist too. Yes, if you think we should control our borders, you are, by the definition of the Prime Minister and his cabinet, all racists. Now, I don't normally worry about abuse being thrown at me. I've got kind of used to it over the course of the last few years. But to accuse countless millions of being racist is a very, very low blow. Why? Well, this language will incite and encourage the radical left. I'm thinking of Antifa and other organisations like that. It directly threatens the safety of our elected officials and our campaigners. And frankly, in the wake of the Charlie Kirk murder, I think this is an absolute disgrace. I used to think the Prime Minister was a decent man, somebody that I could talk to and chat to. We might disagree on worldview, but I thought he was a profoundly decent human being. I am completely shocked at his behaviour. I hope when he wakes up tomorrow morning, he feels ashamed of what he has done. This is a desperate last throw of the dice from a Prime Minister who's in deep trouble, a Prime Minister who can't even command the support of half of his own party. But I'm sorry to say, I now believe that he is unfit to be the Prime Minister of our country. His bizarre attempt this afternoon to invert patriotism and the love of flag was quite extraordinary. This is still the Labour Party of Gordon Brown. Remember that bigoted woman who talks about mass immigration. It's still the Labour Party of Emily Thornberry, who thought the Cross of St George on a van in Rochester was something truly awful. It's a Labour Party that could never accept any sense of English identity, even if it was more tolerant of Scottish or Irish or Welsh identity. Stamer says, I don't like or love this country. Well, let me say this. For 30 years, I've fought for British sovereignty. I fought for us to be a self-governing nation. Why? Because I always believed the best people to govern Britain were the British people themselves. And him, well, he, of course, didn't like the vote. The greatest result, the biggest democratic mandate ever given in this country, when in 2016 we voted Brexit. Now, he spent the next few years trying to overturn that result. He doesn't believe we should govern ourselves. He's happy, be it Brussels, be it the UN, be it a series of foreign courts.
Nigel Farage is using the same strategy that Donald Trump used, and a lot of people are falling for it. Now, Sir Keir Starmer, I don't know what's going on in the Labour Party. Last week they were saying that Andy Burnham might want to take up leadership of the Labour Party, and everyone else is wondering what is going on, because people are just leaving their party that they're with and going to the Reform Party. And I would say that roughly 85, 90% of the United Kingdom, don't quote me on that, and I don't really want to speak for nobody, but this is just my calculations, that I'll say 85% of them do not want Nigel Farage and the Reform Party, because I think that a lot of people not want the Reform Party in power because they don't like the policies and don't like where they're headed. Because if you look on it, there's so much voters that are immigrants, related to immigrants, and this is the policy that they're using. And the road that Nigel Farage is going on, people see what went on with America and see that Donald Trump went down that road, and then there was a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Ecuadorians and Venezuelan that voted for Donald Trump, and then a lot of them were crying, and when their families were getting deported, some of them fathers, some of them uncles, some of them aunties, some of them mothers, some of them kids were getting grabbed by ICE and getting deported. So I don't think that if it comes to the test, I don't think that Nigel Farage will get into power, even though he's building up a momentum and quite a few MPs look like they're ready to jump ship and go on the Reform Party. And maybe that has to do something with what is going on in the Labour. There must be something internal, because it don't seem like there's they believe. It don't seem like the Labour Party members believe in Starmer, in Sir Keir Starmer. I don't think they believe in him, and I think that a lot of them are getting won over by Nigel Farage. And if you look on Nigel Farage when he's doing his interviews and stuff, like, he's happy because he knows that he's getting up under the skin of Sir Keir Starmer, and he's getting under the skin of other Labour members and people in the Tory party as well. And that is what he wants. To me, Farage just seems like somebody who's just, that annoying little brother. And I think he's just like that annoying little brother to Sir Keir Starmer, and that's just what he's doing. And for some reason, it seems like he's winning, because in the video that I put up the other day, Sir Keir Starmer, addressed him and addressed him personally, which I just think that if that was me, I probably would have just ignored him, because Nigel Farage been doing this for a long time. And don't get it twisted. It's not like I hate Nigel Farage or I don't like him. The thing is, I just don't like some of the policies that he's trying to bring in into the country, when it pertains to immigrants and stuff like that, because it just sounds like it's something that needs to go back to the the table. He needs to go edit it and do it all over again. So guys, you know, this channel, we've just started it up. We're going to be covering politics, immigration, and stuff all over the world. And it'd be nice, you know, if you guys, if you like the channel, like what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscription button so you guys can be notified as soon as I put up any new videos. And, you know, just show your boy some love, like and share.